negeri Johor ini adalah satu negeri yang unik. Johor itu sendiri diambil daripada perkataan Arab jauhar yang bermaksud batu permata.
So for divers, Johor why is very attractive. First one because we have a lot of preserved island in Johor.
There are a lot of hipster cafes, there are a lot of youngsters, there are a local group like Johor. So they kind of like shape the character of the city in a modern context.
Something unique about eating in Johor is something very interesting in various districts.
Makanan Johor ni dia istimewa kerana masakan dia punya sejarah macam bangsa Arab datang ke Johor dan kepulauan-kepulauan Melayu, Bugis, Jawa. Jadi elemen-elemen pelbagai bangsa ni masuk dalam kebudayaan dan tradisional masakan Johor.
Budaya itu melambangkan bangsa itu. Jadi gambar saya seolah-olah bila ada gambar pada kita, orang tahu, Melayu lah. Yang lagi uniknya, ni Johor ni.
The best thing is that we are colorblind. Everyone is equal and all of us are friends. So that's why I've got friends who are of every different race. This is how unique Johor is.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. Our utmost respect to Haja Wanihim binti Uthman, District Education Officer, Tuaran Education Office Sabah, as well as the Chairperson of PeWaniS Tuaran Sabah, Dr. Suhaimi bin Ismail, District Education Officer, Batu Pahat Education Office Johor, respective officers from State Education Department and District Education Office, teachers, parents and dear students.
Welcome to the opening ceremony of 2021 National Level Highly Immersive Program HIP Karnival, organised by PeWaniS Daerah Tuaran, Pasukan Penggerak Guru-Guru Bahasa Inggeris Daerah Tuaran Sabah and Majlis Permuafakatan Bahasa Inggeris Rendah PPD Batu Pahat Johor in collaboration with Unit Bahasa SBP PPD Tuaran Sabah and SIC Plus Bahasa SBP PPD Batu Pahat Johor.
The highly immersive program was introduced by Ministry of Education in 2016 with the aim to create a highly immersive language-rich environment that promotes the use of English in all schools. This key initiative is critical in preparing Malaysian students to live and work productively in globalized world where the lingua franca is English. Through the HIP, students are exposed to English language through a variety of activities within and beyond the classroom.
For this year's HIP Carnival, we have different exciting and engaging activities for our students. First, we have HIP Forum, What's Next? In this forum, we will discuss the importance of HIP in school and how you, teachers, parents and students can play your own roles in making this program a success. Next, we have news reading competition that requires you students to demonstrate your reading ability as a newscaster. We also have We Got Talent competition where students, parents and teachers can showcase your talent in cooking show, singing, poetry recitation or choral speaking.
We also have a 5-minute HIP sharing best practices video competition to promote your daily HIP practices in school. Finally, we have HIP showcase competition which requires school to plan and carry out HIP project. This competition is only conducted in PPD Tuaran Sabah.
Now, I would like to call upon Cikgu Azwan Farid bin Seh, English teacher from SK Sri Bandan Batu Pahat Johor to recite doa for our opening ceremony. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamata fid din wa afiyata fil jasad wa ziyadata fil ilm wa barakata fil rizq wa taubata qabla al maut wa rahmatan indal maut wa maghfiratan ba'dal maut. Allahumma hawwin alaina fi sakaratil maut wan najata minan nar wal afwa indal hisab. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana wa hab lana min ladunka rahmah innaka antal wahhab. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azaban nar wa qina azaban nar wa qina azaban nar wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin.
Ladies and gentlemen, with all due respect, let us all welcome Dr. Suhaimi bin Ismail, the District Education Officer, Batu Pahat Education Office, Johor, to deliver his welcoming speech. Please welcome, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan salam sinergi. Terima kasih saudara pengacara majlis yang berusaha, Puan Hajah Wanihim binti Osman, Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah, Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Tuaran Sabah, yang dihormati Barisan Timbalan Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat dan Tuaran, Barisan SIC Plus Unit Bahasa PPD Batu Pahat dan Tuaran, penolong-penolong Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah, guru-guru, murid-murid serta hadirin hadirat sekalian. Alhamdulillah, setinggi-tinggi kesyukuran kita panjatkan kepada Allah SWT kerana dengan limpah kurnianya kita semua diberikan kesempatan menjalin silaturahim dan menyulam ukhuwah pada hari ini bersempena Karnival Highly Immersive Program HIP Peringkat Kebangsaan, Anjuran PeWaniS Daerah Tuaran dan Pasukan Penggerak guru-guru bahasa Inggeris daerah Tuaran dengan kerjasama unit bahasa sektor pembelajaran PPD Tuaran dan unit bahasa sektor pembelajaran PPD Batu Pahat serta JKD Bahasa Inggeris daerah Batu Pahat. Pada kesempatan ini, saya dan seluruh warga pendidikan daerah Batu Pahat ingin merakamkan ucapan setinggi-tinggi penghargaan dan terima kasih kepada semua atas kesungguhan menjayakan program Karnival HIP ini. Tahniah diucapkan kepada kedua-dua daerah pendidikan yang telah berjaya menjalinkan rangkaian ilmu merentas sempadan geografi bukan sahaja daerah malah secara maya walaupun dalam keadaan pandemik COVID-19 yang mencabar. Syabas kerana telah menjadikan situasi mencabar ini sebagai pemangkin pengupaya DTP 3.0 dan bukannya sebagai penghalang. Hubungan akrab dan kerjasama yang erat antara pegawai-pegawai SISC Plus dan guru-guru antara kedua daerah ini telah berjaya merealisasikan program yang membawa banyak manfaat dan impak kepada kemenjadian anak-anak didik kita di sekolah. Inilah semangat yang patut dipasak pahat dan dijadikan budaya kerja seluruh warga pendidik demi mencorakkan kanvas pendidikan dengan warna-warna kejayaan. Semoga kolaborasi dan perkongsian amalan terbaik HIP dari sekolah-sekolah di kedua-dua daerah ini dapat disebar luas dan memberi manfaat kepada kebaikan kita semua. Ladies and gentlemen, the Highly Immersive Program or HIP is a program introduced under the MBI policy that will enable to improve the English proficiency of students through its increased exposure to English. It also aims to inculcate positive behaviors towards the learning and usage of the English language. HIP is aligned with student aspiration as highlighted in the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013-2025 and it supports the 5 chiefs of the Malaysian Education Blueprint. HIP allows a highly immersive, language-rich environment to be developed for the students. In such an environment, students are deliberately and recurrently exposed to the English language through a variety of activities of high-quality linguistic input both within and beyond the classroom. HIP also aims to engage and empower school heads, teachers, students, parents, and community to emulate codified best practices in enhancing English proficiency and to scale up and escalate these practices via sharing, learning, and support. The outcomes targeted by HIP for all schools and students include increased self-assessed levels of English immersiveness of schools, positive acceptance towards the importance of learning and mastering English, and increased overall proficiency of the English language. A support mechanism is also in place at district, state, and national level to encourage schools to share, learn, and support each other on the implementation of HIP activities. Collaboration with external parties would contribute highly to the effectiveness and sustainability of HIP in schools. Thank you for your participation, and I hope this collaboration could fulfill all the objectives that we have stated. This is a good platform to share good practices to increase the quality of teachers and students' performance. To ensure the success of this program, please remember the saying that says, if you want to walk fast, walk alone, but if you want to walk far, walk together. Hadirin yang saya hormati, jadikanlah kerjasama ini sebagai titik permulaan sebuah keluarga besar pendidikan demi kelangsungan penerokaan ilmu-ilmu baharu yang lebih bermakna. Keluarga Malaysia harus dibina mantap untuk dibawa ke persada antarabangsa. Tidak berhenti di situ. Besarlah harapan kami agar jalinan perkongsian ilmu, amalan terbaik dan kebitaraan yang bakal kita kongsikan bersama ini akan menjana peningkatan kecemerlangan di negeri masing-masing. Akhir kata, sekali lagi saya ingin merakamkan ribuan terima kasih di atas penyataan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dalam program jalinan dan jaringan ini. Semoga kita dapat menambahkan lagi keakraban dan kerjasama yang padu antara kita pada masa akan datang. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it is my honor to call upon Hajah Wanihim binti Osman, District Education Officer, Tuaran Education Office Sabah, as well as the chairperson of PeWaniS Tuaran Sabah to deliver her speech. Please welcome ma'am.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Terima kasih kepada pengurusi majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Salam Sabah hebat. Katakan tidak kepada nombor 16 dan katakan ya kepada 10 terbaik. Salam PPD Tuaran, sederap menerajui perubahan. Yang saya hormati Dr. Suhaimi bin Ismail, Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah, Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat Johor. Yang berusaha Encik Rosdi bin Lina, Timbalan Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah Tuaran, Sektor Pembelajaran. Puan Hamidah binti Radin Husin, Timbalan Pegawai Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat Johor, Sektor Pembelajaran. Dr. Binti Ansawi, Pegawai SIC Plus dan Penyelaras Bahasa, Sektor Pembelajaran, Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Tuaran, merangkap Setiausaha Persatuan Wanita Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah Tuaran atau PeWaniS, juga merupakan pengurusi bersama Karnival HIP 2021. Encik Burhanuddin bin Kamar, Pegawai SIC Bahasa, Sektor Pembelajaran, Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat, merangkap pengurusi bersama Karnival HIP 2021. Turut berusaha Puan Kuhayi Kuasa, Penyelaras Karnival Highly Immersive Program HIP Peringkat Kebangsaan, merangkap EJK tertinggi Penyelaras Program Pasukan Penggerak Guru Bahasa Inggeris Daerah Tuaran. Puan Nuhiza Muhammad Nur, Penyelaras Karnival Highly Immersive Program HIP Peringkat Kebangsaan, merangkap pengerusi Majlis Permufakatan Bahasa Inggeris Rendah Daerah Batu Pahat Johor. Semua ahli jawatan kuasa pelaksana program HIP Peringkat Kebangsaan 2021, para guru serta semua yang mengikuti sesi live pada hari ini. Terlebih dahulu, marilah kita sama-sama memanjatkan rasa syukur kerana pada hari ini dengan izin dan limpah kurnianya dapat kita berkumpul secara live di sesi pembukaan Karnival Highly Immersive Program HIP Peringkat Kebangsaan 2021. Saya ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih dan penghargaan kepada Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat Johor atas kerjasama yang sangat baik kepada PPD Tuaran sehingga terlaksana dengan jayanya karnival ini. Tahniah dan terima kasih juga kepada semua EJK yang telah melaksanakan tugas dengan cemerlang sepanjang berlangsungnya karnival ini yang bermula pada 7 Disember sehinggalah 9 Disember 2021 nanti. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati, HIP merupakan sebuah program yang diperkenalkan di bawah dasar MBM MBI yang bertujuan untuk meningkatkan penguasaan bahasa Inggeris dalam kalangan murid-murid melalui pendedahan yang lebih tinggi kepada bahasa tersebut di sekolah. Antara objektif HIP yang dilaksanakan pada kali ini adalah untuk menanam minat dalam kalangan murid, guru dan juga komuniti terhadap bahasa Inggeris, pada masa yang sama meningkatkan minat murid dalam mempelajari bahasa tersebut dalam pembelajaran di dalam bilik darjah secara formal, seterusnya membudayakannya. Pada masa yang sama, mengongsikan amalan terbaik HIP sekolah serta melibatkan ibu bapa dan juga komuniti dalam pelaksanaan dan pembudayaan HIP. Selain daripada itu, program ini amat penting bagi mempersiapkan para pelajar kita mendepani cabaran di masa akan datang, memandangkan bahasa Inggeris merupakan bahasa ekonomi dan teknologi bagi membolehkan negara menjadi lebih kompetitif dan berdaya saing, terutamanya era dunia tanpa sempadan yang membentuk persekitaran lebih liberal dalam penggunaan perkhidmatan dan sumber. Sehubungan dengan itu, keperluan terhadap penguasaan bahasa Inggeris semakin mendesak dalam era globalisasi sehingga negara-negara seperti Perancis, China dan negara-negara lain sebelum ini amat tertutup dengan bahasa ini sudah mula mengambil langkah untuk mempelajarinya. Dalam dunia pendidikan pula, pelajar perlu menguasai bahasa Inggeris untuk memahami bahan-bahan bacaan dalam bahasa ini yang lebih banyak dan mudah difahami. Selain itu, bahasa Inggeris telah menjadi perantara dalam interaksi dalam kalangan penduduk dunia. Termasuklah mendapatkan pelbagai bahan bacaan, rujukan dan pengajaran pembelajaran ilmiah bermutu tinggi yang boleh didapati dengan meluas secara dalam talian. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sidang hadirin yang saya hormati. HIP yang telah diperkenalkan oleh kerajaan di bawah Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia didorong oleh hasil kajian yang telah dijalankan mendapati daripada 120,000 responden yang terdiri daripada calon muid mendapati 29.2% atau seramai 35,040 orang calon hanya berada dalam band 1 dan band 2. Tahap ini merupakan tahap terendah yang ditetapkan untuk muid. Selain itu, satu kajian mengenai kebolehpasaran siswaza dalam kalangan majikan di Malaysia yang telah dibentangkan dalam prosiding Persidangan Kebangsaan Ekonomi Malaysia ke-7 ataupun Perkem 7 pada tahun 2018 mendapati bahawa para majikan menjangkakan graduan dalam pasaran pekerjaan harus mempunyai insaniah ataupun soft skills seperti kemahiran komunikasi, penguasaan bahasa Inggeris, pengetahuan am dan semasa, kebolehan melayan pelanggan. Walau bagaimanapun, penguasaan bahasa Inggeris yang merupakan antara faktor utama yang mempengaruhi kesukaran graduan untuk mendapatkan pekerjaan. Ia telah disokong oleh beberapa ahli akademik di beberapa universiti tempatan yang mendapati 33% pengangguran dalam kalangan graduan adalah berpunca daripada penguasaan bahasa Inggeris yang lemah. Menurut Kementerian Sumber Manusia, seramai 20,127 orang siswaza yang menganggur di negara ini merangkumi siswaza lulusan dalam dan luar negara adalah berpunca daripada penguasaan bahasa Inggeris yang lemah dan tidak memahami keperluan serta pekerjaan yang ditawarkan. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, punca masalah penguasaan bahasa Inggeris dalam kalangan pelajar sekolah rendah, menengah dan para graduan telah dikenal pasti. Hasil kajian daripada pensyarah Fakulti Pendidikan Universiti Teknologi Malaysia, Encik Abdul Latif dan Encik Abu Hanifah mendapati pelajar hampir tidak menggunakan bahasa Inggeris dalam kehidupan seharian, sama ada untuk komunikasi secara lisan atau membuat rujukan ilmiah. Kesannya, dasar menggunakan bahasa Inggeris dalam pembelajaran dan pengajaran bagi mata pelajaran sains dan matematik gagal untuk meningkatkan prestasi para pelajar secara holistik. Pada umumnya, bahasa Inggeris kurang digunakan dalam aktiviti harian pelajar. Mereka beranggapan bahawa bahasa Inggeris hanya menjadi syarat untuk lulus dalam mata pelajaran yang diambil. Ini menyebabkan kemampuan menguasai bahasa antarabangsa ini dengan baik sangat terhad. Mereka juga didapati kurang berkomunikasi bersama rakan sebaya semasa membuat tugasan berkumpulan dan dalam kehidupan seharian yang turut menyumbang kepada penguasaan bahasa Inggeris. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, atas kesedaran inilah sektor pembelajaran Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Tuaran bersama-sama dengan Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Batu Pahat menjalinkan kerjasama bagi menjayakan HIP pada kali ini. Antara aktiviti yang akan dilaksanakan pada kali ini ialah seperti news reading competition. Melalui aktiviti ini, para pelajar dapat menghargai nilai estetika dan kesenian dalam membaca berita dengan intonasi, sebutan dan ekspresi yang betul, seterusnya meningkatkan keyakinan mereka. Aktiviti seterusnya iaitu We Got Talent yang merangkumi 5 aktiviti iaitu pertandingan nyanyian, memasak, deklamasi sajak, choral speaking dan juga craft. Seterusnya, aktiviti HIP Showcase di mana pelajar dikehendaki mempersembahkan projek mereka serta menerangkannya dalam bahasa Inggeris sepenuhnya. Akhir sekali, pertandingan amalan terbaik HIP di mana sesi perkongsian amalan terbaik HIP sekolah-sekolah secara rakaman akan dikongsi pada sesi kedua hari ini pada jam 2 petang nanti. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, sesungguhnya aktiviti-aktiviti yang telah dirancang dan akan dilaksanakan bersama ini diharap mampu memberikan impak yang cukup berkesan bagi meningkatkan kemahiran dalam bahasa antarabangsa ini. Akhir sekali, peranan ibu bapa dan masyarakat memainkan peranan sebagai penyokong dengan membantu sekolah dengan pelbagai cara seperti menyediakan kepakaran, menjadi sukarelawan dalam satu-satu aktiviti dalam program HIP kerana maklum balas mereka penting untuk perkembangan pembelajaran anak-anak mereka. Oleh yang demikian, program ini khususnya perlulah diteruskan dan menjadikannya satu usaha yang berterusan oleh semua pihak bagi melahirkan insan yang seimbang, sejajar dengan kehendak falsafah pendidikan kebangsaan agar dapat memberikan sumbangan kepada negara pada masa akan datang. Sekian wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to watch the performances from the winners for BP Talent Time 2021. Let's kickstart our talent time by welcoming Izani Shadrina binti Irwansyah from SK Kota Dalam Batu Pahat Johor to present her storytelling.
Hello everyone, I'm Izani Shadrina binti Irwansyah and I'm 9 years old. I'm from SK Kota Dalam, Air Hitam, Johor. Today, I would like to tell a story entitled Morphy the Meanie. Morphy the Mouse loves playing computer games. One day, his mother insisted Morphy to pause the game for breakfast, but he ignored. That's enough, his mother said sternly. No more computer privileges for a week. His mother was angry and she switched off the computer. Because of that, Morphy felt that his mother didn't love and care for him anymore. So he snatched up his backpack and stormed off to school alone without saying goodbye. At school, Morphy had a quarrel with his classmate. Morphy, Miss Knicker-Whisker exclaimed. I won't stand for that behaviour. Apologise to Margie right now. Although he apologized to his friend Margie, he didn't feel very apologetic. Later, Morphy realized that he had forgotten his homework. In Miss Knicker-Whisker's class, Morphy had not less than 5 overdue homeworks. But it took forever to finish my homework. It's not fair, Morphy protested. During recess, Morphy sat alone under a tree angrily. His ears burned and his whiskers twitched. He thought that everyone hates him. Fred and Ben urged him to join soccer. "Come on, Morty, you big lazy grump," Ben shouted with a grin. "Yeah, stop being a whine and get over here," Fred added. Morty felt humiliated. "Shut up, or should I shut you up myself?" Morty screamed with spite. Ben and Fred were shocked. Hey, we were only kidding. Take it easy, Morty." "Whatever you say," Morty barked. He then crossed his arms, marched off and stumped away. When Morty got home, he usually loves to play with his younger sister, Mary. But today, he knew that she would totally drive him up the wall. So he locked himself in the room. Then he heard a knock. Knock, knock, knock. It was Mary. She asked to play together. "I said go away. I don't want to play with you. Just leave me alone," Morty screamed at his sister. He then accidentally shoved her too hard and she tumbled down the hallway. Morty was upset, so he slammed his door shut and threw himself on the bed. "Today was terrible and everything I did made it worse," Morty thought suddenly. Suddenly, his mother entered his room. Morty hugged his mother emotionally. "I've been having a really bad day. I couldn't help about how mad I got at everything and nobody understood," Morty revealed to his mother. "It's okay to be angry sometimes. Everyone loses their temper, but anger never solves anyone's problem. Whenever you get angry, pause and think about what's going on for a moment. You can even count to 10. This will help you relax and figure out what's really causing you anger," his mother consoled him. On the following day, Morty apologized to his friends and promised his teacher to improve his conduct. When he got home, he gave Mary a giant hug and explained how sorry he felt. Now, Morty realized that whenever he gets angry, he should focus on why he got angry and try to find a solution. So, my dear friends, whenever we get angry, please give ourselves some space to think carefully and act wisely. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you, Izani Shadrina, for that beautiful storytelling. For your information, she is the champion of Storytelling Competition Level 1 Johor State Level for 2021. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch the 4th place National Sketch Competition winner with their lovely sketch entitled Our New Classroom from SK Tengku Mariam, Batu, Johor. Enjoy the show.
Hello and good morning, girls. I'm so excited to meet you all today. How are you all doing at home? Hello? 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 Today we are going to have a pop quiz. Are you all ready? Turn on your camera and let's start. Okay, question number 1. What's the capital city of Thailand?
Me, teacher, me. I know the answer. Please, I really want to answer.
Okay, Umi, what's the answer?
The answer is Bangkok.
Yes, that's correct.
Yay!
Good job, Umi. Okay, second question. Have anyone been there? Aina? Tiffany? Okay, Umi. Okay, next is science question. How did Newton discover gravity? Hannah, can you please answer this question?
Okay, teacher. Newton discovered
Hello? Hannah? I can't hear you. Never mind. Let's just watch this video to know the answer. Okay, next is maths question. Simaprit, please answer this question. How many weeks are there in a year?
Okay, teacher. Let me think. 41? No. 51.
Good try. Actually, there are 52 weeks in a year. Okay, students, so we will have a 1-minute break. You can drink some water, you can go to the toilet, and you can turn off your mic.
Hey sis, let's have a birthday party this Friday. I will invite everyone except Umi. She's so annoying. I hate her. Huh? SOP? I don't care. I want a birthday party. Wait, is my mic still on?
Okay, next is history question. Aina, it's your turn. Who was the 4th Prime Minister of Malaysia? Sorry, I can't hear you. Zara, can you hear Aina? Tiffany, did you hear? Can you please repeat? Tun Dr. Mahathir. Yes, you're right. Okay, next is spelling time. Adriana, can you please spell insomnia?
Okay, wait, teacher. I N
Hey, how dare you eat in my class? I'm hungry too.
I N S O M N I A.
Okay, that's right. Okay girls, there are many online learning rules such as be on time, raise your hand if you want to answer, dress up nicely. What else, Tiffany?
Well, teacher, we need to be respectful and kind. Like Umi, you need to give chance to others to say their opinion. We can't gossip about other people's too, like Zara, as it hurts their feelings. Second, we need to be ready. Make sure your camera and mic are okay, or you will end up like Hannah and Aina. Simaprit, I think you need to find a quieter place for online class because we can hear everything in the background. The third rule is do not eat and sleep during class. Adriana, we are hungry too, and it's distracting. Let's eat before or after class, okay?
Good job, Tiffany! Okay girls, that's all for today. I hope you enjoy my class. Stay safe and bye!
Next, it's my honor to present to you the Toastmaster Cake Public Speaking winner, Southeast Asia category, Irdina Danisha binti Muhammad Fauzi from Asken to Kumariam with her speech, If I Could Fly. Please enjoy.
If I were to become an animal, I would definitely want to be an eagle. Do you know why? An eagle admired the world as a living symbol of power, freedom, and evolution. God must have been in a good mood that day when He created the eagle. He had certainly blessed the eagle with a majestic bearing, excellent eyesight, powerful soaring flight, and as a predator of other animals. I mean, what more could a bird ask for? Let me tick off the benefits of being an eagle, one by one. First, I would have infinity freedom. I could go anywhere I'd wish, just by simply flapping these strong wings. There would be no limit to how far I could fly or how high I could go. The sky is my freedom. Next, with my keen vision, I could enjoy the best bird's eye view of the beautiful landscapes. Even at rest, I could easily observe what is happening all around me. With my 360-degree eye view, I could see not just my front, but my back, my left, and for my right, or basically all around me. Next, natural disasters such as floods, earthquakes, and hurricanes cannot harm me, as I could sense it before they happen and escape to a safer place. I could also help other animals that are in need of getting away from the disasters. However, should I have the misfortune to encounter those calamities, I could easily flee by soaring to the sky, of course. But my only enemy as an eagle is the human race who hunts me for fun and thinks of my dead body as a trophy. Should a hunter manage to get his hands on me, I would take great pleasure and satisfaction in scratching his eyes out using my sharp talons. I would then take flight into the sky, for I fully intend to be the hunter, not the hunted. The idea of being the predator is actually the last reason why I want to be an eagle. I would take great pride in being at the top of the food chain and making other smaller creatures flee when they clap their eyes on me. I, of course, as a kind bird, give them a little head start before swooping down for a kill. The thrill of the chase and the adrenaline rush. Oh, an eagle's life is truly exciting. So, yes, I would definitely want to be an eagle if I were given a chance to be one. That's all from me. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now is the moment that we have all been waiting for. It's the highly immersive program, HIP Forum, What's Next? I'm sure our moderator, Mr. Shasi Kumaran from SJKT Ladang Yomping, and our panelists are ready and excited to continue the show. Over to you, Mr. Shasi.
Thank you, Mr. Hanif and Mrs. Ain. A warm welcome to all the viewers and all the dedicated teachers from all around the country, and welcome to our forum today. We are definitely proud as we are about to present a special topic in an effort to further enhance English language learning in schools all around the country. This forum is in conjunction with the HIP Carnival organized by PPD Tuaran and PPD Batu Pahat. The title of the forum today is Highly Immersive Program. What's next? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am Shashi Kumaran Pachimutu and I am an English teacher in SJKT Yomping, Johor, and I will be the moderator for the session today. So, here we are today in this beautiful morning, and I hope everyone is fine. Before commencing the forum for today, allow me to request all the viewers to like, share and subscribe the Batu Pahat Education Department's YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I would first like to mention some of the etiquettes that the panels and the viewers must obey throughout the session today. As this is a live forum, please ensure that you have a stable internet connection to ensure that we get the best experience through the forum today. Besides that, the committee members and I will try to answer some of the questions posted in the comment sections. So, viewers are welcome to post their questions or give comments through the comments section. We would also post a QR code link at the end of the forum to register your attendance, and a certificate will be issued later. For teachers who are present today, the link posted will be used to register this forum session into SPLKPM. Alright, let us get back to the agenda today. I would like to first explain to you the objectives of the forum today. Firstly, this forum is organized to provide insights on the highly immersive program, or HIP, from multiple perspectives, which includes school administrators, teachers, parents, and pupils. Besides that, this forum is also done to provide viewers with an awareness of what to expect next through the highly immersive program. The highly immersive program, or commonly known as HIP, ladies and gentlemen, was designed by the Education Ministry in 2016. This program was initiated to support the creation of a highly immersive English language environment in schools, which is aimed to enhance students' learning and use of the English language. The program does not only involve teachers and their pupils, but includes administrators, school leaders, parents, and even the community connected to the school. It is a program which enables everyone in the school to use the English language outside of the standard English language subject periods in schools. It is now the 5th year of this program, and by now, most of the schools in Malaysia have implemented the program in their respective schools. So, today we are here to further discuss about the program and give an insight to all the viewers regarding what has been done and what's next in this beautiful program that we have from different perspectives. Before that, do give me a chance to thank all the people, especially the language SISC plus officers from PPD Tuaran and PPD Batu Pahat for organizing and giving us, the teachers, a platform to make HIP even more successful. Without further ado, I would first like to introduce the panels for the forum today. All 4 panels today represent the 4 pillars of the highly immersive program. Firstly, to represent the school leaders, we have Mrs. Wan Salmia binti Wan Mahamud. Next, to represent the English teachers out there, we have with us Mrs. Nur Fatzila binti Saad. And to represent the parents, we have Mr. Zikri Effendi bin Zainuddin. Lastly, the main pillar of the program, to represent the peoples, we also have Amberly Lim Yen Tong. I would now spare a few minutes to every panel to introduce themselves.
Thank you, Mr. Sashi. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. First of all, I would love to thank PPD Tuaran Sabah and PPD Batu Pahat for inviting me to become one of the panel in this forum today. My name is Wan Salmia binti Wan Mahamud. I am one of the senior teacher assistant at SK Sri Medan. Here I would love to share my opinion on behalf of my school.
Assalamualaikum and thank you for having me here today. My name is Puan Nur Fazila binti Saad. I'm the head panel of the English language of SK Tenaga Sepakat. It's an overwhelming to represent all the teachers in Batu Pahat to be speaking of the HIP implementations and readiness in school. I would like to thank the organizers for this opportunity and great collaboration.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day everyone. I'm Zikri Effendi bin Zainuddin and I am the representative from PIBG of my kids' school, Sekolah Kebangsaan Seri Teluk, and I am very thankful and grateful for PPD Tuaran and PPD Batu Pahat for inviting me here today as one of the panels for this very forum. Thank you, Cikgu Shashi.
Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Wishing is not enough. We must do. And so that's learning English. A very good day, everyone. I'm Amberly Lim Yen Tong from SJKC 2021. This is my first time representing the school to join a forum. I'm very thankful and glad to be a part of this meaningful forum. And thank you for having me here.
Thank you to all the panels. Alright, let's now jump straight into the first question for the forum. Mrs. Wan Salmia, as an administrator, is your school ready to implement HIP?
Yes, my answer would be yes. Since HIP already implemented in a few selected schools starting 2016, that it's spent all across Malaysia starting 2018. So my school already implemented it since 2018. Our goal is to use HIP as one of the platforms to encourage the school community using English confidently. We started with a small program in our school that involved pupils, teachers, and also me itself as administrator. For example, we have English Week, we have vocab journal, and also a word of the day, and many more. Then, however, this program and activities that I'm talking right now was carried out during face-to-face years before pandemic issues. Right now, when we started to face pandemic COVID-19, we faced difficulties to carry out the program. When teachers also need to work from home, and pupils had their online classroom. So as the administrators, I would love to encourage teachers to come out with new ideas and activities that's suitable for HIP during pandemic. I would glad to say that, Alhamdulillah, even though it is hard to carry out some of HIP activities, but with support from us, and ideas from the teacher, also support from parents, we managed to run the program. The program is a very small program, we call it morning greetings. They start in the morning, starting the first class, not only for English class. The teachers need to start the conversation in English. For example, how are you? Or what are you doing today? I think the program went well. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Mrs. Nur Fadzila, as an English teacher, what is HIP in your perspective?
Thank you, Mrs. Harshi. Speaking of HIP in the perspective as an English teacher, I think it is a good platform to nurture the young learners in primary to get exposed to the second language. Initially, it's a national level program to promote the usage of English language among all, not just students and the teachers teaching English, but also the school staffs, administration officers, parents, and even the community as we have in class, out class, and also outreach program. By having this program, we are engaging with all the community of the school, the PIBK, and also the NGOs to work hand in hand in promoting the use of English in school. Actually, there are lots of activities conducted in schools. Therefore, we have to work hand in hand to ensure this implementation will successfully get the maximum participation of participants from inside and outside the school community. This will allow everyone to experience and exposure to the target language, both for short as well as long terms. The more one is exposed to the language, the more he or she will be able to imbibe it in his or her daily life. Therefore, this program seems to be a golden opportunity for everyone to participate in as many activities arranged as possible and show off their talents to all. In one hand, it's a great platform for self-progress in using the target language for people from all walks of life, while in another hand, it will also be a platform to enable everyone mingle around freely. In another word, it will help to promote unity among the inside and outside communities.
Next, to the parents' representative, Mr. Zikri, what is HIP in your perspective?
Thank you, Shashi, for the question. As a parent myself, HIP I see is a good platform to create a safe environment to practice English. As in school previously, I expect my kids to be able to use the language confidently. But during MCO, when I need to handle the classes myself, the lesson myself, I see that HIP as a tool that really help my kids to learn the language bit by bit. You know, I don't expect them to be perfect when using it, but I want them to be confident. And I see HIP as beneficial because when they get these extra exposure, besides learning English in class, which is good, they grow. And when I see them growing and I see them progressing, which is very good. And I love to see my kids to progress. And I am really thankful and grateful for the teachers and my school who already did and conducted a lot of fun and engaging activities in class and out of class activities, because I can see that they are able to enjoy and to learn the language better than before. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zikri. Now, a question for our youngest panel, Amberly. Do you know what HIP is, and tell us your experiences?
Thank you, Mr. Shashi. HIP stands for Highly Immersive Program. It was introduced to the Malaysian education scenario with the aims of involving and immersing students in an English environment. In my school, the HIP has been implemented for 3 years. Programs such as Action Song, Anti-Drugs Campaign, Book Reviews, Class Reading Corners, Design for Change Workshop, Dream Maker Kids Magazine publication, Fun English Learning Trips, Herb's Garden in English, I Can Challenge Program, Minecraft Performance, Speaker's Corner, Tokondinan PI, and Virgin New Year Short Video Competition were among the inaugural opportunities that myself and my fellow schoolmates have had the privilege to be a part of. My teachers first introduced HIP in school by giving a concise presentation regarding the HIP. As I now recall, I can testify that it was an unprecedented introduction, and it did indeed encourage students to converse more in using English generally. It was the emergence of a total immersive English learning environment, if you like.
Thank you, Emily. All right, back to our administrator, Mrs. Wan Salmia. As an administrator, how do you make sure that the program sustains in your school?
Thank you, Mr. Shashi, for the good questions. Just now, I already shared how my school implemented all the HIP programs since 2018. Since it was implemented all across Malaysia, and it becomes one of the compulsory program for us. Since then, as the administrator, I will make sure that all staff in the school are fully aware about the program, because this program is not an English panel program only, but it is a school program for the whole school community. But now, the question is how to make the program sustained. This is one of the difficulties that we're facing at school. As administrator, I must play the model as a role model and involved with the program. I'm the anchor of the school. We are the anchor of the school. So it must start with us, the administrator. For example, we use English during assembly. It's one of the steps to enhance it. To make the program that already held at the school sustain, we continuously encourage teachers, pupils, and also much canteen, cleaners, and parents to use English as the main medium in every activity during the school. Example, daily conversation at the canteen. Now, since we are facing MCO, a new norm life, we must adapt and improvise the use of English in the other way around. For example, we are using bilingual in WhatsApp messages and Telegram messages to parents. For starting, then we share the information in English. Then in future plan, we would love to use fully English.
All right, now my next question is to Mrs. Nur Fadzila. As an English panel head, how do you implement this program in your school before and during the pandemic?
At first, when implementing the HIP program in my school, I started with setting up the English tunnel before the pandemic. Okay, and then I start off with HIP mini library, and then we collect a few funds for having the book donation shelves, and also HIP reading corner, HIP ambassador, and TP It is the combination of teacher and pupils innovation team. And we also have this PS2HP, which we try to do problem solving to help pupils. And the last one is project-based learning, which the students write essay writing in a big book. But that was before the pandemic. Since we have this pandemic, we start the HIP program with the Shining Star program. In this program, we are having this dear drop everything and read during recess time, whereby the students have to read in their own class, and we, the teachers, prepare the books for the students. So, and this story reading, pupils read storybooks during their leisure hours, early in the morning before school hours, or it depends for the students to read at their own pace and leisure. And we also have come to a lot of activities which we done weekly, which is English Day. We do it every Wednesday, but unfortunately, due to this pandemic, we do it in class every Wednesday. And we still carry on the 5 words a day, where we selected year 6 pupils, prepare the words with picture and expose to all during daily morning assembly in class. Okay, and during monthly we have this assembly in English back then, but since it is pandemic, so we do it in class, and we still continue the dictation where it is done in the classroom. Pupils have to listen and write the words and story dictated by the teacher. And as we plan throughout the year, we also have this English Day show, whereby pupils practice and participate in various stage shows like dancing, drama, and etc. And also storytelling and public speaking. Perhaps this activity can still be continued and will be execute as we planned before the pandemic and going on smoothly after this, inshallah. So during the pandemic, parents gave their cooperation to run certain online programs such as virtual storytelling, online story reading via Google Meet and video call. And we also provide the students with online quizzes, live worksheets, and also module whereby the teacher gave the material and parents prepare their children to participate in this online and completing the module.
Thank you, Mrs. Nur Fazila, for that response. All right, my next question is to Mr. Zikri. Okay, in your opinion, what were some of the activities that you have been involved through the HIP program?
As I stated earlier, there are a lot of activities that I have helped, and now I realize that HIP had helped my kids. Okay, first through fun in-class activities, and they had quizzes and between classes competition, which is very good, and I can see that they are they enjoy themselves doing all the quizzes and competitions. And I did also help, my kid, they had this competition, co-curriculum competition, and I did help them during training, and I do really see that the effort given by the district, PD, which to conduct district level competition. It is, during this pandemic and during this trying time, it is very, how do you say, it's very, I'm very thankful that they are able to do a lot of activities in this, in our current situation. And like what I said, from my understanding, HIP doesn't expect students to, miraculously use the language. If they practice today and tomorrow they're going to be able to use the language efficiently. But how the little things that the teachers and the schools help them, during classes, when there is simple instruction during classes or during co-curriculum activities, these small instructions which help them to be confident to use the language, which I really appreciate, and I can see how the teachers really try to use and to ensure that English is being used, even though there's no face-to-face classes.
That is a wonderful response, Mr. Zikri. Okay, to further continue this forum, I would like to ask a question to Emily. All right, Emily, have you ever joined any highly immersive programs in your school during this pandemic? And maybe you can tell us, how do you feel about all these programs?
Yes, I did. I was part of the anti-drugs campaign. It was conducted by encouraging students to record a video regarding anti-drugs using English language. Subsequently, the teachers played those videos in the class. I have witnessed firsthand how this activity promoted the usage of English and also educated the students on the consequences of drugs exploitation. In my humble opinion, a moment of paradigm shift has taken place when most of the students in the class quietly look forward to seeing their own videos on the screen, as it has fundamentally made English language a very interesting and proud subject to be mastered. In fact, the action song competition was one of my early participation in such program. For some reasons, I ended up singing and dancing an English song in front of a huge crowd in the middle of a shopping mall when I was 9 years old. Well, I did not win that one, and it was even embarrassing for me to recall and talk about now. But you know what? I experienced it, and I could not deny that learning through singing and dancing was really fun and exciting for kids. And the teachers and parents were so keen to exert additional effort to organize that successful event. Besides, the book reviews competition was first organized in my school. The students had a chance to pick their favorite books and convey the messages and learnings from the book in video format. The teachers then elected the best video to participate in the district book reviews competition. I was very honored to have my video chosen and have succeeded in obtaining a consolation prize. It has tremendously benefited me. The existence of the program has also created a wave of reading passion and also puzzle readership where students started to exchange their favorite storybooks. It was particularly amazing for me because just by viewing the other participant videos, I felt like I had read and understood those stories from the reviews without actually spending time to read. By the way, it was worth to mention that the Dreammaker Kids magazine publication was a book published by my school. It has contained many students' essays and short stories written in English. We all know that when it comes to learning English, both input and output are very vital. This activity itself has motivated us to create stories with organic originality. Again, the fulfillment of being an author in an officially published book has been exceptional for most of us. We know we love English much more.
For the response. Okay, for my next question, which goes to our administrator, Mrs. Wan Salmia. Okay, what were the impressions from the parents about the implementation of this program in the schools?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sashi, for the question. Now we are talking about feedback, right? Yes, as the administrators, I need to know the feedback from pupils, teachers, staff, Majlis canteen also, and parents as well, to measure the impact from all the activities had been done. I need feedback from them because to measure the program is successful or not. To get their feedback, we will ask the parents to fill in the survey form for each time we started new program. This way, we can analyze the feedback and monitor the program by doing some improvement that suit the school community. From that survey, we had some negative feedback also as well from the parents, but it is not easy to please everyone, right? However, most of the parents are supportive. I would like to thank them who always support SK Sri Medan. From the survey itself, we managed to overcome any difficulties that the parents facing gradually during pandemic. Especially during MCO, the online schooling, some of parents facing financial problem. So this kind of factor gave a huge impact. So as the administrator, we will always find a solution to help this, especially to ensure that our pupils are not left behind in daily lesson and HIP activities. I'm sure through all the efforts made in my school, parents started to realize the importance of this program and they show their support.
Thank you, teacher. To further clarify what has been said by Mrs. Wan Salmia, as an English teacher, Mrs. Nur Fazila, what are your expectations from parents towards making the program even more successful in the future?
I hope parents will come forward willingly to take part in the outreach activities arranged by the school to enable students to get more exposure to the target language after the normal school hours, as pupils have very limited time during school hours. I guess parents should encourage their children to use the language at home by setting up simple instructions in English, or if possible, they can even create a language corner at home for their children to focus the language at home. They also need to learn to speak English to their children at home, maybe using bilingual at the beginning, and slowly manage to speak better in the long run. There must be an initiation from the parents to set an example to their kids. They have to keep in touch with the teachers for assistance and shouldn't hesitate to ask for help. In fact, school can arrange online language classes for parents if they are willing to participate and upgrade themselves. As we have evolved to more online learning due to the pandemic, parents play the main role to inculcate the use of English at home, which indirectly helps the language development of their children.
So now we have looked into two different perspectives from two different teachers. Let's now look at the perspective from a parent. So Mr. Zikri, how effective is the program towards the language development of your child? In your opinion, should the program be continued further?
Okay, the progress that I can see for this HIP, at first my child was not confident enough to speak English, even simple instruction, you see, and they hesitated, they feel self-aware, so self-doubted in using the language. But as they go through continuous support, okay, especially from me, because I'm at home, and from the teachers themselves, he slowly showed and gained confidence in using the language. As all the people, especially when he read the instruction in the Telegram group, the teachers frequently use the language, simple instruction, which I like. And I did ask them to reply the messages themselves. So I would really say that this pandemic, okay, we know that it is hard, but actually the gadgets that they are using right now, where they need to use English very frequently, has helped them in getting the confidence that I rarely see before, because I don't see, in front of my eyes, how they actually use the language. And now seeing all these and seeing that they get all the exposures to the language, and they are now confident to use the language, and that is the most important part as a parent.
So thank you, Mr. Zikri. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that children learn the most when they experience a fun learning environment. So now let us listen from Amberly. Were all the programs organized fun, or were they just a burden for you? And in your opinion, did you get to use English a lot during these activities?
Well, many would agree with me that fun is an underrated word in this case. The program was total game changer. It gave you the adrenaline rush, satisfaction mixed with a grain of beneficial self-doubt. knowing that you have so much more to improve in the English language. And speaking of improvement, I definitely have had an exponential growth when it comes to English. Let me give you an example. In the Herbs Garden in English activity, I got to learn a lot of herbs' scientific names, some of which I have actually seen in real life before. My friends and I definitely had lots of fun helping to design the garden. In 2019, my teachers organized a trip to Kidzania. Yes, that's the place where every child loses themselves the moment they step into it, including me. Can you imagine the excitement of communicating in English with real-world adults other than your teachers and parents? We moved from one activity to another, role-playing in all the jobs available, and with the help of practical English, we know those games. By the way, English Mania in Kidzania is a program designed for both students and teachers to enhance and encourage the use of English language in classroom. Besides providing an enjoyable learning platform for me to learn English, the program leveraged on Kidzania's unique role-playing concept. I had my wildest dreams come true by playing in Kidzania. What's more on a school day? If I must say it, these programs were so immersive that at times you don't realize the existence of time.
Thank you, Emily. Now back to our administrator, Mrs. Wan Salmiah. My question is, as we know that HIP involves NGO, what were the roles played by these NGOs towards making the program even more successful?
Thank you, Mr. Sashi, for the question. To run any activities or program, the main ingredient we need is financial. We are talking about money. Yet, I'm not denying that we have allocated some of the financial at school for each program. However, to ensure that HIP program is well known to all the school community, we provide the HIP environment, such as reading station in every classroom and English notice board. To have that kind of environment, we spend more to buy materials to attract pupils. So, here come the NGOs. We welcome any type of funds that are contributed by personals and NGOs such as bank and private company. Since we were hit by this COVID pandemic, I would love to share that one of the difficulties that we are facing for online classroom at my school is not all the family afford to have a gadget, laptop, handphone, personal computer and tablet. The internet connections also become one of the problems to run Google Meet among the pupils. Since my school is in the rural area, this problem will be affected some of the pupils to participate in our HIP activities. It is because pupils were unable to access any program as they did not possess the gadgets needed during the pandemic. Since now we are in new norm environment, there are many NGOs came forward to assist us. NGOs made an effort to provide pupils with gadgets to enable these pupils to get involved in HIP. I would love to thank them and hoping that for next future plan, all SK3 Medan pupils are equipped with gadgets. At least each family has one. One tap, one family.
That was a very informative response by our administrator. So let us now ask from the teacher. What are your future goals and expectations through the program, Madam Fazila?
In future, I hope this program will be a platform for even non-English speaking teachers, parents, and the whole school community to participate actively in the arranged activities. Maybe we can have English drama competitions or even singing competitions in English for not only students but also this group of teachers, staff, and parents. Apart from that, I also hope that each and every student, teacher, and administrator or parents will be able to use English casually in their daily lives after getting a complete exposure to the target language through this program. Besides that, as the head of the panel in my school, I would also love to have all the English teachers in my school to continue their wonderful work in making this program a huge success. For that, we would definitely need, as mentioned by Madam Salmia just now, more NGO to come forward to give us the financial need to run all the activities and programs. As students are now fond of technology, we may also need more gadgets to cater the students with many more fun activities.
Thank you, teacher. So next, my question is to Mr. Zikri. All right, as a parent, what are your expectations or ideas to further make this program a success?
Thank you, Shashi, for the question. Okay, I expect my kids to be able to use the language confidently and to understand better English instruction, more English instruction when they are communicating with their friends or with the teachers. More English is being used, and I think in order for this to happen is for all parties and in school, all teachers. Maybe I would expect mathematics teachers and other subject teachers to use more English during instructional language in the classroom, because all these instructions, simple instructions, what really helps my kids actually to understand better. If they can understand simple instruction, we would expect them to be better. Okay, we don't expect them to excel. I mean, to speak fluently if they are practicing today and tomorrow. No, it's a year progress. So by exposing them to this environment, it really helps them to grow into a very successful learner. And I think in order for teachers in schools to be able to do such great activities, I think more NGOs need to come forward and help the school financially, and if not financially, I mean to have a lot of programs for the schools and for the kids to involve in. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So now, Emily, in your opinion, do you want more HIP programs or activities in the future? And do you have any suggestions of activities?
The answer is an absolute yes. I would love to have more HIT programs or activities in the future. I really love coding, and so I would be delighted to suggest a coding competition in English. Besides, in this new era, technology has played an extremely crucial part in our lives. The list goes on. I would also suggest creating interactive online games for students to learn English, as it can efficiently drive more engagement and interest. Remember the child who is addicted to video games and neglected the learnings? We all know someone like that. Well, guess what? The child can express his or her talent while he or she learns English in their thought. Also, an interactive game develops a more personalized user experience that can manifest happy users and learners. I mean, after all, playing a game is cool and fun, but playing the one that you yourself created is going to be superb and precious. Not to forget, what about a creative writing story competition? Creative writing encourages students to exercise their resourceful minds and practice using their imagination. Not to mention that it also improves their ability to come up with alternatives. Look, I could really go on and on with the ideas in my head, but in fact that adding new programs designed in this nature will be very beneficial to students like me. So let's take one step at a time to realize this. I deeply believe that HIT programs work because of experiential learning. I appreciate books, but there are things that books can't reach you. For example, learning to ride a bicycle. Well, I could buy a book that says 5 steps to ride a bicycle, but we all know that it just won't work if I don't bring myself on that bicycle and actually fall down a few times before mastering it. That is experiential learning, and HIT programs provide just that for us. So, more HIT programs or not, you ask? I believe my stand is very firm on a solid yes.
Good response, Emily. For the next question, I would like to ask Madam Wan Salmia, just to wrap things up. Can you tell us your hopes and your plans for HIP in the future?
My hopes and my plans as the administrator, I want the best for my school, for my teachers, for my pupils, parents, and all the school community. I would love them to get all the first-class facilities, especially to help them carry out program at my school. Not only HIP, but overall. I'm hoping that HIP will sustain at my school. This program will expand and my school can carry out a high-class program that can give a huge impact to school community, especially the people itself. I want this program will produce a successful, confident people in using English. For next few years, we will improve our English environment to prove that sekolah kampung can use English as their daily conversation, including makcik kantin too. I would love to add an English station in the school that would serve technology-based language learning to peoples. Other than that, I would love to welcome all the NGOs to provide any help or fund for those are needed. Their contributions are important as HIP is one of the programs required cooperation between all the communities. I wish this pandemic would come to an end and everything goes well.
Now, Madam Fazila, a question for you. We know that there are a lot of teachers who are watching this forum today. So what are your messages to all the teachers out there to continue making this program a huge success?
Thank you for the questions, Mr. Sashi. It's a great opportunity for teachers to prepare their students at their best and make maximum use of parents' cooperation to enable more and more English-based activities carried out in schools as frequently as possible so that pupils are exposed to the target language as needed and able to use it in their daily life. Rather than being an exam-based subject, let it be a means of communication to be used for fun at daily basis wherever one is. Teachers should now stop grumbling and start appreciating this platform to create more outshining superstars among pupils who can actually perform so much better than expected once given an appropriate chance like this program. It's a practical way of putting into practice what is learned in the classroom. Therefore, what more needed? Teachers, it's all now yours. Grab it and make full use of it. The stage is now yours, and let's prove to everyone that you can produce the best actors and actresses of all. Prove to parents that 2 hands are needed to create the clapping sound.
I totally agree with you, teacher. So now, how about Mr. Zikri? As a parent, what are your messages to all the parents out there to continue making this program a huge success?
As I stated earlier, this to ensure our kids to be able to use English confidently. It is not only, we are not only depending on teachers and schools. As parents ourselves, we need to support, motivate, and help our kids to use the language. And by supporting means that we give them all the best, everything that we can, especially in reading materials, you know, and training them if they are involved in any English competition, because we need to understand now they are in school alternately, and while they are at home, it is our responsible to educate them and to assist them in learning the language. So we need to be aware ourselves of the language, and then at the end, when they see that we are actually interested to use the language, they eventually will definitely use the language as well.
Thank you, Mr. Zikri. So this is my final question, and it goes to our cute panel right here. Emily, did HIP give you any impact, and do you think it will help you in your future?
Lasting impact, Mr. Shashi. I believe that most adults will have that moment where they recall and feel grateful on a decision that they are glad they have made when they were young. I believe that the decision to participate in HIP is that moment of mine when I grew up. The introduction of HIP has been among the biggest opportunities for all students to cultivate their talents and to shine. For example, at the beginning of this pandemic, I joined my very first online HIP competition. It was so hard for me because I was not used to speaking to camera. Looking back on those videos that were recorded just months ago now, I can't stand watching myself. It was horrible, I said to myself. But it was also because I have grown and improved so much that I sometimes did not even realize, being immersed in these continued and never-ending improvements. As I got used to virtual presentation, I realized that it's the most amazing form a competition can be conducted in, because it's so much fun editing videos and trying out different takes to find my most satisfied version. Besides, the HIP programs and competitions had also improved my English communication skill and increased my confidence in using English. And I believe these impacts are here to stay for the rest of my life. I sincerely hope that the HIP will continue to evolve itself for the generations to come. Fun and effective learning is not fictional. We have witnessed and now testify for that through HIP.
So ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of our show today. I would like to convey my highest gratitude to all the panels today for sharing their ideas on HIP, and I believe that all the viewers today enjoyed the forum. I would also like to give credit and thank all the important people backstage, Mr. Hanif Azhar, Mr. Kamarul, Mr. Sholihin Kamari, Mr. Azwan Farid, and the technical team from PKG Tongkang Pecah, Batu Pahat. Here, I would like to also thank the Language SISE Plus officers from PPD Tuaran and PPD Batu Pahat for giving us this wonderful opportunity. Alright, as promised earlier, I am now presenting the QR code and the link for the attendants, and the viewers may fill in your details in the Google form and obtain your SPL KPM credits through the link provided. Ladies and gentlemen, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. We have reached the end of our forum session today. I hope to see you all again soon, and I would now return the stage to Mr. Hanif and Mrs. Ain to continue our wonderful program today. Back to you guys.
For me, the biggest challenge of implementing HIP, especially in a school like mine, NSKM, the Sekolah Kurang Murid, is the manpower, because we have very few students. So the amount of talent we have is limited, it's very sparse. Also, because my school is in a fishing village, there is very little parental involvement, which is understandable since not all of them, in fact, I'm sure most of them don't speak English at all. However, this can also be a good thing, as fewer pupils means easier management. So what we do in school is certain activities are done by class, so in groups of 2 or 3. That makes it very easy for us to manage and for us to keep track of their progress, so no one gets lost in the shuffle. So as far as implementing HIP is concerned, while the number of students can be a problem, I choose to see it as an upside. They are easier to control, easier to manage, and I can make sure that everyone, no one is left behind. Thank you.
So the biggest challenge in implementing HIP in my school is the parents' involvement. We know that parents nowadays are very busy at their work. Some of them go to work like early in the morning, and some of them come back like late at night. So here the issue is how parents and children are to work together to ensure that they achieve what is what we call that the pillar of the HIP. So here we can say that it starts small. The issue here, what we try to help parents is try to start small. Don't go for a gigantic leap, hyper leap. It's just like a baby step. We start by giving the students, the children, a module that they need to work together with the parents. Let's say, for example, what we did in my school, students are to like sort of memorize 5 irregular verbs, and the parents need to check, and they need to give signature for the kids. Okay, so that is what I did in my school.
Hi, my name is Madam Gauri. I'm from SK Convent Batu Pahat. Alright, HIP has been implemented in my school for past few years, and I'm happy to share with y'all some of the important tips that how I implemented HIP in my school. Every year I make sure the allocation for my panel money, I allocate at least 40% of my panel money for the HIP program. And with the support of my aid mistress and the senior assistant, that we managed to implement many things under the HIP program. What can I see? I can see my students' English have improved so much, including my security guard and also my school cleaners. I'm so happy with that. I believe this HIP program will go a very long way, all right, with the support of the school and also the community. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm Miss Dan from LJKC Cheng Siu Wan. I'm very happy to have me to join this forum to give my own ideas pertaining to HIP. Okay, to me, I think to sustain the implementation of HIP in my school, the very first thing and the best is to start from the teachers, but not only English teachers, which involve the teachers from whole the school, and to foster the interest and professionalism in using English, so that there will be a passion in them to carry out and guide several meaningful programs to cultivate students' talents in using English. Third, the collaboration and initiative among the teachers will help to improve the implementation of HIP through the more and more English activities. On the other hand, create a total immersive English language learning environments in my school continuously and consistently. Thank you.
When COVID-19 started hitting our country, Malaysia, and not only our country but also to the rest of the world, our Ministry of Education has started PDPR online system to our pupils. I think personally as a teacher, I face a big challenge to adapt and adopt a new way and approaches how to carry out lesson and to make the lesson more interesting in class. So the simplest things that I always bear in my mind is to make sure the lesson itself is interactive and interesting to the pupils. The easiest way for me is only make sure I always do something fun in my when I carry out my lesson by integrating songs, few activities, games, etc. When I conduct or carry out the lesson to my pupils. So, in response again to that particular question, I think to ensure or make sure the lesson is more effective is we as the teachers, we need a complete support from the parents themselves, because without the parents' support, without the parents' guidance at home, our pupils cannot be guided as well as we teach them in school. That's all my personal opinion pertaining to this matter.
One of the most successful out-class activity that I've done was News Weekly. During the activity, people will share whatever news they have found during the week. People find news from various sources such as newspapers and online portals. The teachers will assist the pupils to prepare their script, and every Thursday during recess, pupils will announce and share the news that they have collected through the PA system. I believe I can expand this activity by conducting it in classes where people share whatever news they have with their friends once a week. This will help people to read more and share more, and at the end of the day use more English in their life.
Hello everyone, my name is Anjuran binti Muhammad. I'm teaching English in SK Seri Puteri, Batu, Pahat, Johor. So how am I going to manage the whole school approach when implementing highly immersive program HIP in my school? Well, we conducted a lot of activities, especially in English. So we have a very good panels, we have a very good headmaster, we have a very good administrative, and we have a very good English panel, which consists of 5 optionists in my school.
So all of us, we work together, we cooperate together, and we blend each other ideas to have a very nice, fun, and meaningful activities, such as, first of all, every week we would have, every week in 1 month, okay, in the second week in a month, we will have English assembly, which fully conducted by the pupils, and the medium used is English. The headmaster will give speech in English, the administrative will give speech in English, and the teacher in detail also have to give their speech in English. Next, we have speaker corner, where I will call out some of the pupils. Maybe they will have individual or duo, or maybe they want to have a group work there on the stage, and they will have to present their ideas. Maybe they have ideas telling stories about their experiences while going to hotels, going for a vacation, or maybe they have their own hobbies and they want to tell us. So we just sit and listen and enjoy their story. Next, we would have English week and also English month. So in this English week, we implement a lot of beneficial activities for our kids, and they seem to love the activities so much, and so as well as the teachers also. Next, of course, not forgetting the workshop. I mean, when we teach English, you have to teach them grammar, you have to teach them social expression, all the writing parts and sentence patterns and constructions. I mean, we are teachers, right? So we have all the workshop, and we provide the workshop with all meaningful learning and the techniques how to have a very good tahap penguasaan in English. And of course, once in a while, we always call parents to help us, so we can involve in a lot of community work. We can have the PIBK to help us. We will call the parents, and we will sit together and think what are the activities that we should have to help our kids in school. And once in 2017, we have a community soul 24/7 under Mazda. So we have 3 teachers from New Zealand coming to our school and teach English just for free. So this is HIP. HIP is where you can have a very good bond with other aspects, other politics, maybe other medias, and they can help us having English classes for free with the kids, and thankful for that. And my next plan for the school, not forgetting, we as the English panels in our school, we want to conduct HIP Day, where we can have a lot of fun and meaningful activities, and it can help our kids to speak more, to learn more, and to be in love with English language.
From SK Seminar. Speaking of the HIP impact to my pupils, I can see that my pupils became more confident to speak in English. Not only that, they were so excited to join in every activities planned by the schools. Collectively, I can see the acceptance from the parents and the community. And we conducted the activities. Their pupils became more open and willing to join in every activities, and they really had a great time. Okay. In terms of the less proficiency pupils, we do have a program where we pair the good proficiency pupils with the less proficiency pupils, and it will be conducted. It will be guided by a teacher. Not only that, we also guide the less proficiency pupils through online learning during the pandemic. In my opinion, when we're dealing with the less proficiency pupils, we not focus on the grammar parts, but focus on their participation to communicate, and as long as they can understand the question, they can respond, they confident to speak in English. As a teacher, I am very grateful. Because for me, these small steps are considered as the stepping stone for a better language acquisition. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our opening ceremony today. On behalf of the organizer, we would like to thank PeWaniS Tuaran, Pasukan Penggerak Guru-Guru Bahasa Inggeris Daerah Tuaran Sabah, Majlis Permuafakatan Bahasa Inggeris Rendah PPD Batu Pahat Johor, and Unit Bahasa SBP PPD Tuaran Sabah and SISC Plus Bahasa SBP PPD Batu Pahat Johor for this national HIP collaboration. We would also dedicate our appreciation to all the teachers, parents, and students for taking part in all activities and competitions for this year's carnival.
My name is Nurain binti Saad from SK Temenggung Ibrahim Penggerak.
And I, Hanif bin Razahar from SK Tengku Mariam Batu Pahat Johor, signing off and have a nice day ahead. See you all again next year. Goodbye.